you have, anytime you have a methodology, a metaphor might be nuclear fusion. It can be used to make nuclear power, and it can be used to make nuclear bombs. And one's a good thing. I guess some people would argue about that, but at least one is at least possibly a good thing, and one is clearly a bad thing. So any methods that you come up with are subject to manipulation. So one can choose eligibility criteria that will lead to a particular result. One can do inappropriate statistical analyses. One can make, if one is not careful, one can include the same data twice. And also, a big problem is in the interpretation. People can do exactly the same study and use high-quality methods, and the results can be the same, but interpretation may be quite different. So that there are big issues in use of individual endpoints versus composite endpoints, what conclusions one has. Is it reasonable when there are small numbers of patients and small numbers of events and an apparently very large effect? Is it reasonable to believe that? We would argue that one should be skeptical, but historically people might have taken that at face value. So there's all sorts of we've done one study where we looked at a whole series of meta-analyses and went back and did it ourselves and found that people had made all sorts of mistakes right down to the coding of the individual results, and that somebody made a mistake in the first meta-analysis makes a mistake, and the second and third don't go back and look at the data in themselves. They accept the data as abstracted from the first meta-analysis, and the mistake keeps getting repeated. So it requires meticulous application of the methodology, and there's all sorts of examples of people not applying it meticulously.